It's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Yes, I still have my PJs on, but I'm still operating off of mountain time, so it's really like 5, 6 something in the morning. It's really early. But yeah, I'm just sitting here chilling, looking out the window because it's just so beautiful and sunny. And yeah, I'm just sitting here reflecting. Got my coffee that I don't need to be drinking, but I swear I was not drinking coffee. Like when I was living in London, I was not drinking coffee because I was at home, and I feel like I only drink coffee nowadays when I'm traveling. And so since I'm in that travel mode, even though I've been here in Antalya for over a month now, I'm still in travel mode. And so I've just been drinking coffee. I love coffee. But yeah, I'm gonna stop. But it's just so hard. It's so hard to eat healthy and make healthy decisions when you're traveling. Like, it's not impossible, but it's really hard, especially for me because I love a good coffee. I love a good pastry. And there's just so many coffee shops and I want to try them all. So yeah. So anyway, I'm just doing the usual, just reflecting as always, and just thinking back on all the places that I've been that honestly I didn't think I would go. And if you would have told me 5 years ago that I'd be doing what I'm doing now, or would have done the things that I've done over the past 5 years, I would have just been like, yeah, okay. Actually, I remember a few years ago, oh my dear. I remember a few years ago when I was living in Atlanta, such a miserable time in my life. But I was living in Atlanta and I was working as usual, just working all the time. And I remember the day, the weather was so bad that day because there was a hurricane in Florida. And while in Atlanta is inland, we don't really get hit too harshly by hurricanes. We do get a lot of the wind and the rain. Well, we did. I don't know what it's like now. I'm not a part of that madness, so I don't live there no more. But, yeah, that day it was a hurricane in Florida, and the weather was crazy. When I say the wind was crazy, like the chairs on my porch had like blown off. Like it was just a really bad day. And I'm thinking, shoot, well, I'm about to have a day off. I can sit in the house. I remember I was working at this boutique at the time. And I don't want to say my boss because ain't nobody. I'm going to say the lady who owned the store, who paid me to babysit or work in the store, because like nobody ever came in there. But she wanted me to come in that day because she was like, somebody might come in. I'm like, who would come in on this day? Nobody comes in here on a sunny day. No one's gonna come in here when it's storming, raining, cats and dogs. Like, it's just not happening. But I got up and I went because I had to open the store. I was the only person that worked there. So I got up, I opened the store, and I'm just walking around for hours just fixing nothing because nothing was messed up. But you know, if you ever worked in retail, then you know what I mean. But I'm just walking around the store millions of times. Nobody was coming in. It was so dead. Then out of nowhere, this lady just bursts in the store. She's like looking around, and then she sees me and she runs up to me and she's like, oh my God, your eyes, you're so strong. And I'm like, what? And then she's like, yeah, you're going to be traveling so many places. It has nothing to do with this place. And I'm like, girl, shoot, I hope not, because I don't want to be here. And she hands me her card. I guess she was a psychic or something. I never called her. I don't be consulting no psychics. Don't be consulting no psychics. But I say all that to say, somebody did tell me that I was going to be traveling and stuff. And I was just like, girl, okay. Like, all I could think about at that time was how miserable I was and how much I didn't want to be there, be working anywhere really. I was just so miserable, and I was like, this cannot be life. Like, all I do is work. All I do is, yeah, work. That was really all I did. I was really, really miserable at that time. I was so sad. I don't want to say I was depressed because I was never diagnosed with depression. And granted, I didn't go see anyone about how I was feeling, but I don't think I was depressed because like, people that really go through depression, like that's something really serious. And I hate how people just be diagnosing themselves with stuff. And I'm like, girl, no. Like, you are just sad. You are not depressed. But I am not a mental health professional, so I can't be diagnosing anyone as much as they can diagnose themselves. So as for me, I don't feel like I was depressed, but I was very, 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 very sad and miserable. I felt like life was so pointless. I felt like I had no control over my life. Like, I was just going through the motions, playing along, just trying to survive. I just was not happy with the way my life was, and I didn't want to live life like that. I was like, no, I'm not about to subscribe to this program. And so in order to gain control of my situation, I would act really impulsively and just book trips because I don't know, that was just my way of gaining control. Like, I would just book trips and wouldn't even plan anything. Like, I wouldn't like, you know, back in the day when you used to have to, well, I guess they still do it now. But you would have to, you know, request time off, and yeah, I wouldn't do that. I would just be like, oh, I'm going Friday. Peace, I'm out. And I would just go. And that was my way of gaining control of things, gaining control of my life, even though it still was just very manic. Like, I would travel and stuff, and then I would come back and it would just be the same thing, just working. And it was just like I was working to escape. And that's what it was for me. That's what travel was for me, just escape, because I had so much in my life that I wanted to escape from. So I made a lot of impulsive decisions during that time. And looking back, I mean, yeah, a lot of those times I was irresponsible. But I feel like me being impulsive in those times really kind of saved me, because if I hadn't broken away and traveled, taking those times off to just break myself away from the rat race, break myself away from everything that was going on, all the voices, everything, all the noise, I probably would have actually ended up being depressed in a way worse state than I was, and it probably would have been very tragic for me. So yeah, in a way, I guess my impulsiveness saved my life. Like, I remember back in the day, I used to pray to be able to travel more, just to have more time to myself instead of giving all my time away to other things and other people and everything else that I had going on in my life that really had nothing to do with me or why I'm here. And I guess God has a way of answering prayers, because now I have so much time to myself. Like, I'm able to travel and I still work, but I have a lot of free time. I have a lot of time to focus on the things that interest me. I have a lot of time to focus on improving myself and just, you know, going to school and working out and really taking care of myself. Like, I remember back in the day, I used to just work all the time, and my job stressed me out so much that even when I was off or I had a day off, I would just like try to recover, but not in a healthy way, because I had so much negativity around me that I didn't even know what healthy felt like. So I was just drained all the time. Like, I couldn't even couldn't even repair myself, really. Times when I was able to break away and just kind of be by myself. Like, even though a lot of times I was by myself during these years and everything that I've been through, I was by myself, but I had somehow had so many friends and so many family members and just so many people around me, but I was so alone in those times. But during these times when I was really by myself and just shut everything out, and it was just me and God every day, and He was the only voice I was listening to, I've just been able to garner so much peace in my life and just let go of so many things that were not serving me and were just sent here to destroy me, really. And so it's like now at the point where I am in my life where I'm just at peace, I don't really feel like I have anything to escape from. Yes, I have ups and downs. My life is not perfect at all, but compared to the way my life was, just hectic and chaotic and just like, I just felt like I was getting mollywopped by life every single day. Compared to now, I'm like, this is a peace I never thought that I could have. And, I never, not even that I didn't think I could have it, but I just didn't know what it looked like. So now that I'm living in it, it's like, it's so nice. It's so nice. It's just so, it's just so peaceful. Like, I don't even know how to explain the peace of God. So I say all that to say that I'm in a place now where it's like, I'm so at peace. I don't have anything that I need to escape from or that I want to escape from. I mean, I still have to work every day, but whatever. I don't really have anything that I want to escape from. And so it's like, now that I'm traveling and stuff, and it's like, I just want to be home. Like, I don't really have the desire to travel like that anymore. And like, I understand people who don't like to travel. Like, I used to be like, dang, you don't want to go anywhere? But I get it. Like, if you don't have any problems in your life and you are just, everybody has problems, but like, if you're genuinely at peace and you have everything that you need exactly where you are, like your family, your community, like, or maybe it's not that, maybe it's just you and you're just chilling by yourself and you good. Why do you need to go anywhere? Like, I can understand people that don't want to travel. Like, I get it. Like, I'm extremely grateful to be in the place where I am, where it's like, God has called me to so many places over the past 5 years, and I'm extremely grateful for that, because I've just seen so many amazing things and done so many things that I never thought I would do. I don't even want to say never thought I would do them, but it just kind of, with life, it just kind of took a back burner. And like, me going to Alhambra was just so surreal, like such a dream come true, because back in the day I used to be obsessed with that place. Like, I don't know why I was so fascinated with it, but I have read so many books on Alhambra. I have watched so many shows, so many like documentaries, and like just the history of the Moors in general. And so when I went, like when God called me to Spain the first time, I had no desire to go there because I completely forgot about that place. Like, I don't want to say I forgot, but it definitely was not at the top of my mind. And so when God called me to Spain, I'm like, oh, yes, I'm going to Spain. Again, I didn't know anything about the plan, about the journey, about where He was taking me, but I obeyed and I went, and then I got there and I was like, oh my gosh, Alhambra. And then it was like He brought it back to my remembrance. And when I went, it was just, I just felt like a child all over again. Like, He just brought back those memories. And during this journey, it's just been so many moments like that where it's almost like God has just been restoring my time. Like, so many times, so many years that were stolen away from me. God has just been using so many of these moments to minister to me and just show me in small parts, like the plan, like what he has for me. And like even when I was in Greece, I was in Thessaloniki, and I remember my taxi driver, he was like showing me all the sights and stuff, and he's like, oh yeah, that's St. Paul's Church. And I'm like, okay, cool, because I'm thinking like St. Paul, there's so many St. Paul churches everywhere. But then it dawned on me, like, Thessaloniki, duh. Like, I don't know why it didn't click in my head at first. Like, when I was going there, I didn't even know I was going there, but that's where I went. And it was just like, oh, so Paul was actually here. This is his actual church. This is the actual church that he formed. And so just being there was crazy. And then even when I went to Athens, and I had a time in Athens, and it was there when I got my wallet stolen. And I was so devastated because everything was in my wallet. Well, not everything, but like my money, my cards, my IDs, all that stuff was in my wallet, and that got snatched. And I was so just so upset. And now I can look at it and laugh and like whatever. But back then I was really upset, and I was just like, God, like, why would you call me here? And this happens. Like, I started thinking, like, is it not meant for me to be here? Like, what is this? What is going on? Did I not hear correctly? I really wanted to leave at that time and just book a flight anywhere else. And God was like, no, you're gonna sit right there. And I sat right there, and I just felt it on my spirit heavy to fast. So I did a fast. And while I'm fasting, I'm reading. And I was reading through the book of Acts. And I'm like, oh, snap. And I get to the part where Paul is giving his famous speech at Areopagus Hill. And I'm like, oh my goodness, that's here in Athens. Paul was on his mission, spreading the gospel, trying to speak some sense into these people. And they weren't really trying to hear what he was talking about. So it kind of seemed unfruitful at that time. But as we all know, it was a very fruitful journey. Even at that time, it didn't seem like it. He may have felt defeated, like, hey, these people ain't trying to hear me. I'm sure that's probably not what he thought, but who knows? I don't know. And I be reading, I be trying to get into these people's minds. But God was just ministering to me in that moment, like, yeah, Paul didn't have that great of a time here either, but he was on a mission, just like I'm on a mission. And it's filled with ups and downs, but the big picture is still the same. Like, the promise is still the same. It doesn't change no matter what it looks like. And I know I'm in no way saying that I'm Paul, because he went through some ups and downs. Like, the boat capsized. He got bit by a snake. He was in prison 50 lamb times. Like, he got beaten, like all kinds of, like, child, that I ain't been through all that, but I hope to spread the gospels like him, and in whatever way God calls me to do so. God has used so many moments to minister to me along the way. Last night I was reading through Joshua, and what really stuck out to me this time around reading it, I just noticed, like, the Israelites, they always went to God first to confirm anything. Like, when they were going into battle at Jericho, they consulted with God, and God was like, the victory is yours. Like, I'm with you. Just go forth, take the land. They went in knowing that they had the victory. They didn't know the ins and outs, how exactly it was going to play out, but they knew the victory was theirs, and they did what God called them to do, and sure enough, it was theirs. The promise was always theirs. And it's the same for me, it's the same for you. Like, even through the ups and downs, I know what the big picture is. I know the promise that God gave me. So I might not know right here, right now, where I am in Antalya, how this gets there. Like, I have no clue. Like, I don't even, like, how does this make this? I don't know. That's not for me to figure out. God already has it figured out and written, and I just have to follow him and know his voice when I hear it. And when he tells me to move, I'm gonna move. Whatever he tells me to do, I'm gonna do. And my journey may not look like everybody else's. And it's not supposed to, because all our journeys are different. I know it can be easy to be like, oh, I'm supposed to be here right now, or I'm supposed to be there, or this is what I should be doing. But no, you are exactly where you are supposed to be. And that just brings me so much joy and so much peace, because it's like I'm not in a race. I'm not trying to hurry up and get here or hurry up and do that. Like, I'm not competing for anything. I'm not trying to prove anything. I'm just doing what God wants me to do and let him lead the way. Like, I don't understand. Like, now, I mean, back then I used to be one of them people trying to figure it out and, you know, thinking I had to hustle and do all this stuff. Now, now I'm like, I don't understand people. Even though I used to be one of them people, I don't understand people taking the hard way. Like Jesus said, his burden is light. Yeah, I'm gonna take that one because it's light. It's light. Yes. Like I said, there are many ups and downs. There have been many ups and downs on my journey, but I would not have it any other way, because right now, even with the things that I go through, I just have so much peace. Like, I can't even explain it. I don't even know how to explain it, but I just have so much peace, and like, I'm just so grateful. I don't know where I'm going next. I don't know how I'm getting there. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. I don't know anything, but I have so much peace, and I'm not trying to be in control of anything. I'm just letting God lead me, and I'm just so grateful that he has me here in Antalya, and it's sunny and it's beautiful, and I can still have beach days. I don't have anybody stressing me out. Like, I still work, but I don't work as much as I used to, and at first I was kind of upset about that, but then I was like, I have so much free time. Like, girl, I have so much free time, so much time to just work on the things that bring me joy, like painting, and I can focus on school, and I can focus on myself, my health, my wellness, and just really pouring so much time into myself that I didn't do before. Just really taking care of myself, which is just such a blessing. And my camera is beeping at me, so I'm gonna charge this thing. I really don't know if anything I said just made sense, because I really just turned my camera on and started talking and saying a lot of things that I didn't plan on saying, but whatever. It is what it is. I'm gonna finish drinking my coffee and just chilling out. I really don't have anything to do today. I already edited my video. It's supposed to go up tomorrow, and then yeah, I did some painting. I don't think I'm gonna do any more today. I'm working on something. I'm painting like a landscape. Is that what it's called? Landscape? Child, I don't even know. I'm not really a painter, but it's just something to pass the time. And usually when I paint, I'll paint something more abstract because it doesn't take a lot of time. But I was like, I want to paint a landscape, and so it's just so much detail. I'm like, Lord Jesus, I don't have the patience. Like, I'm a very patient person, but I don't have the patience. Like, it takes so long just getting all the fine details and stuff. So that's what I've been working on, and yeah, I'm taking a break today. I guess I'll just sit in silence. There's something so just great about sitting in silence. So I'm gonna do that and pick up this camera later.